An ordinary January afternoon turned into a family tragedy that shook Newton Poppleford, Devon, a sister fatally struck in her own home by the very person she grew up with. This is a fully verified, detailed, true crime story of Judith Law, 70, her life, her death at the hands of her brother, the investigation and trial that followed, and the devastating impact on her family and community. Read this, remember Judith's humanity, and if you or someone you know is struggling with similar pressures, reach out. Help can save lives. Judith Law was 70 years old and lived in Newton Poppleford, East Devon, in what had once been her family home. Close friends described her as loyal, kind, intelligent, bubbly, and sociable, even as she battled her own health challenges. She shared the house with her brother, and although their lives had become entwined over decades, neither was without emotional and psychological struggles. By early 2025, Judith's physical health had declined, and she struggled with fatigue and appetite, something her partner noted when they spoke shortly before her death. The pressures of caring for an unwell sibling in an aging family home added strain to an already difficult situation. On 17 January 2025, shortly after 1 p.m., police were called to an address on Lark Rise, Newton Poppleford, after receiving a chilling 999 call from Judith's brother, 68-year-old Richard Law, who calmly told the operator, "I've killed my sister, so I need you to come." Officers arrived to find Judith lying in her bed with massive head injuries. She had suffered at least 6 blows to the left side of her skull with a hammer, according to the post-mortem report, a violent assault carried out while she was in bed. Richard was arrested immediately on suspicion of murder. On the way to custody, he repeatedly told police that he had hit Judith with a hammer more than once. He also spoke of his own deteriorating mental state, describing how he couldn't cope with it. All believed both he and his sister were in a hopeless, emotional place. The Devon and Cornwall Police Major Crime Investigation Team led the investigation, piecing together the events surrounding the attack. Based on Richard's own admission, the scene inside the home, and the fatal injuries suffered by Judith, officers initially treated the case as murder. However, during interviews and subsequent psychiatric assessment, serious concerns were raised about Richard's mental state. He communicated that both he and his sister had been struggling with anxiety and depression, and detailed a build-up of stress, particularly around their relationship and the management of their shared home. Evidence from emails and witness statements showed that Judith's physical and mental health was fragile, and that Richard had expressed deep psychological distress in the weeks leading up to the incident. Richard told medical professionals he had considered suicide, had suicidal thoughts shortly before the attack, and had gone mad, phrases consistent with intense psychological turmoil rather than